What's going on, everybody? Happy.
Oh, crap.
Whoa, what happened?
No,
we are having technical difficulties.
Yep.
You back, Jay?
Oh, yeah.
Lost you right in the middle of the intro, man.
Yeah.
StreamYard, get your shit together, StreamYard. Definitely, man. Welcome, everybody. What's going on, man? It's us. That's right. It's Mazurus and my man, the Star Wars dad. What's going on, guys? The Boxing Junkie, what's going on? Peace to Jonathan Garcia on the check-in. Everybody, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. We're a bunch of old fucks who have already gone clubbing. Right? We've done it all. So now we're here trying to work out this internet shit. Trying to be cool, right? Bunch of old fucks trying to be cool. Look at me. I got the Joker bandana on, right? I got the you got John with the fedora over there. You know? we got fucking Maze just chilling out, showing us his guitars. Hybrid 95, what's going on, brother? Oh man. So yeah, man, over at the boxing side, just want to let my boxing people know I'm not gonna be reporting any boxing, simply because it's a PBC brand. So but I will get to you guys tomorrow with coffee and boxing, 10 a.m. of course. And tonight we're just gonna hang out, man. The Boxing Junkie says you need a young bitch and it makes you feel young.
Dude, I wouldn't know what to do with a young bitch anymore, man.
That reminds me, I want to start out with a quote from one of my favorite modern philosophers, the late great Patrice O'Neill.
Oh yeah.
Now you don't have to agree with this, it's just designed to make you think. But the quote is basically like this: it's men, if you are letting your woman run over you in a relationship, it's your fault.
yeah. Basically is, man. It is. And
right, you gotta put her in place, man.
Yeah, and that right there is self-explanatory, really. You know what I mean? Well, that's some good wisdom, man. I miss Patrice O'Neill, man. That was a funny dude, man.
He had that philosophy show, the relationship philosophy show. It's on YouTube called Black Phillip. I listened to all of it.
I used to like when he used to team up with Opie and Anthony and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to go off on everybody, man. Oh, that shit was hilarious. And then when Bill Burr used to get on with them oh man, fucking crazy motherfuckers, man.
Dude, I watched today something I haven't seen in years and laughed my ass off. I watched Monty Python's The Holy Grail.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's on Netflix now, isn't it? Along with all the other.
Oh my God. I forgot how damn funny this shit really is.
That's funny, man. Peace to my cuzzo cooking with Steel Cross. Go check him out, man. Definitely. What's up, cuzzo? Thank you for stopping by. The Boxing Junkie. Yeah, man. That yeah. Man, Monty Python. I haven't seen one of those in shit. Wow.
The first Monty Python my mom's let me watch to introduce me was a good one for a kid. It's and now for something completely different.
Right.
That takes all their shit from the TV show and just puts it into a film. And they redo some of it, but most of it's pretty clean.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Mr. Pete. Oh.
I don't want Jonathan Garcia's question to disappear into the chat before we get. We'll get to that.
Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, you want to kick it off, brother? Go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Jonathan Garcia said, "Can you believe what KK said about not having any source material for Star Wars?" Translation of that comment: I am a bitch. I don't want to acknowledge that the EU ever existed or exists, and I don't want to acknowledge the fact that we have pulled shit from the EU at our own discretion and implemented some of the EU into the films badly. That's what she is dodging by basically just throwing a lie out there.
Ah, okay. Yeah. And it is a lie. I mean, look. What's that shit that chick said? Greta, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Well,
right?
hell,
Like, go ahead, John.
We had the EU, over 400 books in the EU, but she also said there was no comics to pull from. Marvel ran Star Wars comics since 1989.
Yep.
1989.
Yep. Yep. And then didn't Dark Horse do a little something with them?
Yeah.
For a bit? Yeah. Yeah.
So
Dark Horse, and then the Marvel run, which is about to end, and they're going to start it all over again between Empire and Jedi.
Yeah.
But we're about to be rid of shit that didn't work out too well, like Dr. Aphra.
Yeah.
And her evil 3PO and R2D2 droids.
Yeah.
Dude, that's oh my god, man. Oh god.
And she really had that woman attitude. I can change him when it came to Vader, didn't she? She tried to befriend him and shit. He like hurt her. Pretty sure he slammed her against the wall a couple of times.
If someone were to ask her what her favorite droid is, KK would say, I use iPhones. I don't think it would even be an iPhone. I think it'd be her
a vibrator.
Yeah, her vibrator. You know.
With Palpatine's face right at for the head.
Yeah.
With the serrated teeth so she can feel it like that. That's what
or a goddamn glory hole in the wall for her plastic dick.
A glory hole. Oh shit.
I'm in it to win it tonight.
Yeah, that's right, kid. Oh, that's hilarious. You have a KK with her glory hole. Oh man, who would be standing behind that glory hole? George Lucas.
I wish Craig were here. He'd have thrown something right on top of that, and it would have
worked. Yeah, man. Oh, I left him in there, but man, hopefully he'll grace us with his fucking presence, man. That shit is fucking hilarious. But, man. But that's what's going on with this bullshit, man. With the Star Wars, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, you know.
Dude, it's gonna suck. But the thing is, do I even care now? That's just the question. Right, I don't even care. I mean, it's to the point where it's so bad where I don't care. You know, I just.
You're where Craig was a year ago. Mentally on it, you're exactly where Craig was a year ago. He said it to us, even though he's given us the facts. The stuff that he was right about, he's like, I don't even care about it anymore. Yeah. Fucking shareholder, man. He doesn't care.
Yeah, man. Listen, Craig has been on point, man. He has been on point since the beginning of this shit. And everybody was out there talking shit and look, it stood this, you know, test of time and shit, and and look at it now. Like, now he's just sitting back and just laughing at these motherfuckers, and I'm laughing too, And you can't argue with a shareholder, bro. You just can't argue. I mean, if he's shareholding some stock from the company, he's always going to be in the loop of what's going on. So it's like, whatever he's releasing out there, which I think was fucking genius of him to do, I mean, I think it was in 2 days, man. Craig had gotten like 1,000 subs in 2 days, when he first started out and shit. And that was awesome, bro,
Yeah. But I mean, I used to proceed from like after The Last Jedi saying it can't be any worse than this. It probably still can't, but it may not be that much better. I don't.
Worse than this?
I was watching my boy Tyrone Magnus the other day. He reacts to a lot of shit. Reacting
worse
to
this could be Brie Larson cast as Ahsoka.
Oh God.
If you kind of just look at the downgrading of Star Wars over the last 40 years, you go OT, prequels are okay. They're not as good as the OT. And then look at it now, and then we go like 20 years from now, what the fuck's going to be Star Wars?
When we look back at
cursive with flowers around it. And
listen, when we all look back at this, I would say 5 years from now, it's gonna be so fucking weird, right? And then when you try to play the whole Star Wars, fucking from 1 through fucking, if you want to say 9, it's not. I'm telling you, after 6, it's not even going to match.
After 6, it's a whole shitology.
It's a what the fuck is this trilogy? You know, it's the why the fuck did I even try trilogies? It's a made in Taiwan Star Wars. You know, like the fuck, a lightsaber is now going to be replaced with a fucking double-edged Gillette razor. You know, shit like that. Like it's just retarded, man. It's just, and then they have a little fucking Bubba Frick behind fucking C-3PO's head. So C-3PO now is a battle drone, not a droid. He's a drone because that little Bubba Frick is going to be using him.
Oh, that little rat-sized thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be a vessel. Yeah, C-3PO is now his vessel. It's disgusting what they've done.
Please turn me into the Terminator. Kids will like it.
It's sad though, because that's where all of our entertainment right now is heading though, because I would like to know who the hell in Hollywood greenlights all this woke shit. Because you see all of it, you produce something woke and it goes broke.
Right.
So who the hell in Hollywood's greenlighting all this shit, saying, hey, this is great, let's make a fucking woke ass damn movie. Let's plan to lose $200 million for making something fucking woke.
I'm telling you, man.
That's why I love that the Mandalorian is driving people like Anita Sarkeesian batshit.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's making her squirm.
Well, she's so fucking irrelevant now. I mean, she's popping her head up now like, oh, I want to be heard. Well, you're done, bitch. You were done 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I said on Twitter. She's going to be trying to make herself relevant with this speaking up, and it backfired on her big time.
Yeah.
Just shoved her back down in the gopher hole. But then, there's all these NPCs that were pointed out that were bitching. That one guy, it's like 19 minutes and 45 seconds into episode 3 before a woman even speaks.
Who gives a fuck? Right.
If you count in the seconds that it takes a woman to speak, why are you watching this?
Yeah.
You might as well be watching anything.
It's just like Quentin Tarantino when some stupid fucking Kool-Aid haired bitch try to tell him, Margot Robbie, she's as beautiful and as great as an actress that she is. She only had about maybe 2 speaking lines in your movie, and we just want to know. He just came out and said, I totally disagree with and I forgot what he called it. And shut her down. And it's true. It's like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, she's doing her fucking job. If she had any problem, if she had the same problem you did, she never would have taken the movie. Right?
Dude, you can put Margot Robbie in a damn movie, and I wouldn't give a damn if she said a word or not. Dude, I just love to fucking look at her, man. She can be dumb and silent, and I'll be happy.
Definitely.
I got her mixed up with Margot Kidder. I was like, what the fuck, John?
Peace to Jonathan Garcia, my man TJ Carr. What's going on, brother? TJ Carr says, first, here, check it out. She says, first she lied and came out and said that there was no women in the first episode and got caught doing so. Yeah. Yep. Hell yeah.
Watch it.
Mr. Pete says, imagine if I had to make 9 X-Men films. 1 through 6 started the X-Men. Then in 7, I introduced Mary Sue Captain Marvel, but I'm still calling it the X-Men saga. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how we all feel. Yeah, that's how it was handed to us, man. You know what I mean?
Let's face it. Tits and ass sells. They sell tickets, And look at Shit. What's his name? Aquaman.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa there. He was shirtless the entire damn movie. You can't tell me women did not go to see that film because of him, dude.
You know what, dude? That brings up a very good point that it's been on the tip of my mind through all the toxic masculinity shows, and I never brought it up. Male objectification is alive and well in these fucking movies with guys like Jason Momoa and who's the other guy that plays Thor?
Fucking
what's that?
Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Oh, Hemsworth, yeah.
Hemsworth, yeah. I said Hemsworth. So anyway, yeah, these men, I know there's sex appeal going on there, and I know the women are staring at him, and we don't give a shit. Why do they care? Why do they care about the reverse? I guess what I'm saying is objectification. It's going on both sides. So don't tell me that objectification is fucking toxic.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, because let's face it, sexy women, sexy men, they put butts in the seats in the theaters. Let's face it, it's the truth. I'm not gonna lie, I like to look at sexy women, watching a damn film. I don't want to watch, some Justin Bieber haired woman, trying to lecture me,
Yeah.
I really don't. If I don't care how hot you are and you're a woman, you got Justin Bieber hair, bye.
Yeah. See ya. Oh, peace to James Clark, the artist. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, mijo?
What's going on? Yeah, brother.
Yeah, even just on a basic level, I mean, isn't objectification part of fucking attraction if you just get it right down to the nitty gritty? You boil it down to a root. In life, how are we attracted to each other? How do we eventually go through that process and get married? There's some physical objectification going on at that first glance. Well, so fuck all y'all that think that objectification is by its very nature toxic, because it's still going on.
Yeah.
Well, by SJW logic, you, me, and Jay were bigots because we don't want to date men that have had their dongs cut off and want to think that they're damn women. We're bigots because of that.
Yeah.
Or date quote chicks end quote with dongs.
Yeah.
That have had the tits put in. And more power to you if that's what you want to do or be attracted to. But to tell me that I have to be attracted to this or that, anyway, I didn't mean to sidetrack us. Yes, the Jason Momoa thing was really it's a really good point. It's a valid point.
No, you didn't sidetrack us at all, because because it all narrows down to exactly what you're saying, and then we can even go back to the beginning of what we were saying, and it still narrows down to what the fuck we were all saying, because it's just like TJ said, it's a sex will always sell. The thing is that if you have, like today, if you have an agenda behind it, meaning, our women can go out there and show, like the Me Too movement, right? This is exactly what I mean about this Kool-Aid hair fucking, the Me Too movement can right away say, oh yeah, believe in women, and you're guilty until proven innocent, right? Some backward shit. But now they go out to fucking ceremonies, right? Mind you, you had what was that guy in Hollywood that was touching women?
Epstein?
No, the other guy, the Hollywood producer. Weinstein.
It was a Steen.
Steen, yeah, some fucking Frankenstein Steen. Yeah, that motherfucker right there touched many fucking women, right? Gwyneth Paltrow, and so on and so forth. You mean to tell me 20 years later and $40 million in your bank account later, all of a sudden you want to come out and say, yeah, me too? Well, you're full of shit. This is why I don't, you know what I mean? This is why I don't respect it. That's one contradiction.
In my opinion, man, they graciously gave it up so they could make a movie or, have a part, hey, I will take my clothes off and do whatever you want if I get this part.
That's how it was. That's how the casting couch. That's how it was known in Hollywood. A favor for a favor. You know what I'm saying? You get fucked. They could, they fucking they give you the fucking pearl necklace. You know what I'm saying? These old fucking perverted men, and that's it. Now all of a sudden, oh, me too. But you're $40 million and fucking 3 Bentleys and 5 mansions in different fucking parts of the world, rich bitch. The fuck out of here with that. Then on top of that, you want to go dressed to award ceremonies with fucking splits going down to the crack of your ass. But me too, right? Yeah. But you too. So you mean to tell us that there's no chance for anyone to be sexy again, or to have sex appeal, or for us to be into, people, or, you mean to tell us that we can no longer look at, if we're not on that side? Yeah, that's what they're saying. That doesn't apply to us.
I watch anything that Julian Huff is in, dude. God, she is smoking hot, and she has no problem showing off her damn body. She is. But, dude, if I was single, this would be a woman I'd date in a heartbeat. She looks like she'd be a lot of fun just to be with.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, not being single is why Julie and Huff and you aren't together.
I love you, baby.
That's what I would say about me and Tim McGraw. That's why.
There you go.
He's working out with me.
I didn't catch that. What did Mrs. John tell us?
Mrs. John. He says, what did Mrs. John say? Maze didn't catch it.
No, I really didn't hear it.
No, my wife came in and she goes, oh, so you not being single is why you're not with Julian Huff. I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck you, baby. And she goes, well, that's why I'm not with Tim McGraw, right?
Yep. Yeah, Jonathan Garcia says, China owns most of Hollywood. The Chinese government likes to fund leftist organizations and causes in order to sow civil discord and strife in the first world capitalist countries. I have to agree with that, but definitely. But I think it goes beyond China. I think it goes beyond China. It's basically the power elite, man. It probably has a sector in China. You know what I mean? Because I think there are different sectors, different leaders, different countries where they've chipped in their riches in order to control this fucking world. You know what I mean?
China's also rejected a lot of our recent movies too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
because they don't want none of this bullshit in there, and I don't blame them.
Well, did you realize? Okay, this is the truth. Have you seen for yourself that there are no gay Disney princesses, as much as these SJWs are pushing to have a gay Disney princess? It will never happen.
It won't sell.
And well, the market in China will reject it. That's why you've never seen one.
Look,
there's way too much money in China, and if they put out something that's gay, China just crumbles it up and tosses it out. So
yeah. And on top of that, you would have to change the whole dynamic. I mean, look, the story and the fairy tale of a prince and a princess, that's Disney's whole foundation, right? So if you make a lesbian princess, wouldn't that change the whole dynamic of, Prince Charming, the princess who kissed the frog, because this is where it came from, right? I mean, that would change the whole dynamic. Why would you even have Disney princesses then?
Dude, they could have.
Let it go, lick, let it go.
Yeah, I was about
right?
to say,
How about Disney dykes?
Lick a lot,
Sporting icons, what's going on, my brother? No doubt, bro. Yo, Disney dykes.
Yeah. You could have Mrs. Lick a lot,
Oh shit.
Lickalicious, or
Princess. Oh no, we've got to rescue Princess Carpet Muff.
Yeah.
Princess Carpet Muff.
With her Justin Bieber hair.
Yo, that'll be crazy, man. That would be so crazy. And then you got, Mickey would be gay along with fucking Donald Duck and Goofy. You know what I mean? Like that. It's a tragedy, man. You might as well look at Disney this way now. You might as well, because that's what it's going for. You know what I mean? When you wish upon a star, you won't know who the fuck you are.
Well,
Did you guys ever see
that
Pee Wee Herman movie?
The people that came out of the old Disney Club, you know.
Yeah, they're all fucking nuts now.
You had Christina Aguilera, you had Britney Spears. They're both, you know, nuts now. The only one of them that's done anything that's relatively sane is Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, yeah, he's married to what's her face from Seventh Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always remember her because of Blade 3.
Dude, you know, a lot of people talk about how, you know, great looking she is. Dude, I think she looks like a man.
Yeah, man, she's got some shoulder. That bitch got some shoulders on her.
Yeah, I do. I think. Plus, her face is chiseled like a man. You know, she's very manly.
You almost sound like you're describing Glenn Close.
Yo, Jessica Biel does have a brolic ass jawline, man. Her shit is fucking chiseled. She got the Mark. Remember Mark Singer, Beastmaster?
Yeah.
She got the Beastmaster jaw, kid.
Yes.
This bitch is a fucking strong-faced bitch. Definitely, man. But well, you know, now that we're off this, well, now that we're on Hollywood and shit, let's talk to the brighter side of Hollywood, man. Let's talk about some fucking movies, man. Let's all get into some movies. We all like this topic.
Did you guys see the last Pee Wee Herman thing they did on Netflix?
No.
I did, and that confused the shit out of me. It turned out that that dude that Pee Wee was following around in the movie, that relationship was gay.
Ah.
Yeah, it kind of got swept under the rug too. Like nobody's talking about it anymore.
Damn, Pee Wee Herman.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm surprised he even got a special after getting caught jerking off in the theater.
Bro, when I first heard that, I was like, wait a minute.
Did you see him come onto the MTV Awards after his Pee Wee talking? So you heard any good jokes, Andrew? Everybody been joking about
it. Yo, Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. That's one of them great movies, though. You can't lie, bro. I'm a loner, a rebel. Yo, that shit is the shit with with Marge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, because it was funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. For that time, that movie gave you a lot of emotional roller coaster. Like, it was comedy, and then when it got to the Large Marge, it actually took your attention and scared the shit out of you in that favor. You know what I mean? And then, you know, it went into the comedy. It was pretty good, man.
It was an actual journey by the end of the film. It felt like an actual journey, you know, going somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, John.
Mr. Pete, I don't know. I read an article on it after they released it, and they were saying that the whole relationship with the dude.
Hey, I gotta show you guys. Y'all see how much my wife loves me?
Nice.
Not only did she bring me my Vader, you know, cup here, but she made me a Christmas hot coffee for me. So
nice. Bottoms up.
I love you too. But we do have hope in Hollywood, though. We have people like Tim Allen.
Yeah. I just was gonna tell Jonathan, because he says there is no brighter sides to Hollywood. You're absolutely right about that. But the movies that we did grow up on, if you're about our age, like 40, 35 and up, you know the quality of what Hollywood used to be, and the quality of movies, and what movies taught. Even TV shows back in the days. They all taught us lessons, and and these are things that we still have to keep alive, and we have to show our children. You know what I mean? Even if you got a whole VCR collection full of old TV shows that you used to record, or your folks used to record, that's culture. Show that shit to your kids, man. Show them, look, this is what commercials used to look like before they used to, cut back to the fucking program. You know, this like I think it was just the other day I was watching a old, like it was 1987 wrestling, NWA wrestling, right? And in between that, they had some old school fucking commercials. They had Crazy Eddie. They had the fucking where's the beef lady?
Yes.
Man, bro, they had what was that shit? Phil Rizzuto.
Yeah.
Phil Rizzuto resorts and shit. You know, like, you know, before they had travel agents, man. Like, you know, like, oh man, she was awesome, bro.
Oh, my favorite probably out of everybody though. Do you remember when Max Headroom first came out?
Oh man. Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
And then they debuted at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. They fucked up when they tried to make it a TV series.
Yeah,
because it had no point. It had no point to it. You know, it had no point to it. Yeah, Jonathan, Crazy Eddie was a criminal. He owed a lot of taxes. He never gave people back their money for their merchandise. So some of the merchandise would be empty in the middle. You know, like when you bought them old school boom boxes.
Yep.
the shit would have, it would look like it worked, right? And it would have a radio, but when you put a tape inside the tape deck, there was no tape. The button would go down, but there was no motor, no nothing inside. Oh yeah, nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. Remember that shit? Yeah, Jonathan, bring it back, brother. We got nostalgia for you motherfuckers tonight, boy.
Oh,
hell yeah.
I do better than that, man. If you want to go black comedy, that will crack you up, dude. Sanford and Son, dude.
Yeah, that was a shit, bro. You big dummy.
And then right behind the Sanford and Son, dude, you had the Jeffersons.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, that was the shit, man. I loved George Jefferson, man.
Yes.
And in case you guys didn't know, that shit branched off from Archie Bunker,
yep.
All in the Family.
It sure did.
You know what I mean? Because there were times that Wheezy and George used to go over to fucking Archie's house,
yep.
You know, because they were friends and shit, and they used to throw fucking friendly racial fucking jokes at each other.
And I'll tell you this much, man. Today's time, Archie Bunker could never air because he was a racist son of a bitch, man. I mean, but he was so damn funny with it, though. I mean, it was hilarious how damn racist.
And I used to love the way he used to get on his son-in-law,
mm-hmm.
Rob Reiner. I used to love when he used to get on him.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that shit, man. Like, yeah, and you're absolutely right. In today's bullshit, fucking tear-jerking ass fucking world, Yeah, I said glitter because I'm gonna get into it in a minute, but you can't. It'll offend motherfuckers too easily, too quickly. They'll be like, "Oh, he's a racist. He needs to be canceled. He needs to be canceled." You know what needs to be canceled? What I'm about to get into right now, real fast. There was an editorial I read. Can't believe I'm still calling it an editorial, but there was an editorial I read. And it said something about now people are shoving glitter pills up their ass to see if their shit can come out glittery. Yeah, I lie to you not. Go to my fucking Facebook page.
Oh man,
I posted that shit and I said the same thing.
Jay, brother, I believe you. I believe you.
A glitter suppository, fellas. Yes, what in the pixie dust fuck? Yes. It's crazy. First it was Tide Pods, these motherfuckers. They want to come correct our culture, but these guys are chewing on Tide Pods, getting high. Then they're sticking fucking glitter pills up their asses.
It sounds like something out of a fucking Dice Clay bit from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not okay to say you love your country, but it's okay if you want to stick a bag of glitter up your ass.
You're right. I give you your rights, 40% off of Vaseline. Now get the fuck out of here.
God damn, man.
Oh shit, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing, Hybrid. Thank you for bringing that shit up. What kind of backward shit ass world we on, man? Yo, they try to fucking star Julia Roberts. They try to cast Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman, bro. bro, whoever saw Tropic Thunder,
I love that movie, man.
with Robert Downey Jr. That's exactly what they try to do here, bro.
Blackface.
Yo, that would cause such a fucking uproar. That would be Julia Roberts in blackface, bro.
But Tropic Thunder, that movie was hilarious, dude.
Oh, that shit, you never go full retard. He gave him the Jefferson speech. He gave him the song. Yo, that shit was hilarious, bro. That shit was crazy. He goes,
I
the bees don't burn in the kitchen.
and I go back to the movie. God, what was it called? But what was his name? But he's sitting there with his stepfather and telling him he's a male nurse, and he goes, "Well, all mammals can be milked." And he looks at him and goes, "Well, I'm a mammal. Can you milk me?"
Jonathan Garcia says that's like Justin Bieber being in Roots.
You know what's scary is sometime back right after Disney purchased Lucasfilm, they were talking about Dreamcast if they actually rebooted the OT. Because, we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen at first. And a lot of people were suggesting Bieber as Luke Skywalker. I was like, fuck you. I was like, I'm going to walk away from this shit immediately. I kind of wish they had done it. That way I would have just walked away.
Yeah.
You okay there, Jay?
Oh, man, that shit made me choke. Justin Bieber as Luke Skywalker. Yo.
Probably be a musical and shit.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
don't say that. Don't give Disney any ideas.
Why can't I leave the moisture farm?
I like it moist.
And then he'll be out there watching the twin suns going down, singing a literal song about what a pussy he is.
Yup, and now and then the song switches. It's no longer the fucking magical song that you hear. It's no longer that. Now it's an Elder Bard song. Gonna be the rhythm of the night, dance until the morning light.
No. I can see it now, man. Empire Strikes Back, the best scene ever in Star Wars, where Vader reveals he's Luke's father, right? Everything goes quiet for a second, and then the music starts, and you see stormtroopers dancing.
A fucking flash mob of fucking stormtroopers.
Oh God! You know what, John? Robot Chicken actually did that. Empire on Ice. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Musical.
Oh man, how terrible would that be?
Oh my God. Oh. No, you see, Disney does musicals. That's why that shit's scary.
It's scary, bro. Yeah. Yo.
Ideas.
Oh my God, no, man. Imagine there's a musical number in episode 9. I am Palpatine. I have come back.
Dude, I'm surprised we have not seen a gay Ewok special.
These guys are talking about, oh, we want a Christmas special, and no, leave the old one on. What was that, Maze?
I was trying to do that little song that Ewok was singing while they were stringing up Han and Luke to burn them. I was trying to make it sound gay.
Yep.
It would be yuth.
Yup.
YUTH.
dude. But what I put out on Twitter the other day, if Disney wants to do an actual Star Wars show on Disney Plus, dude, I thought it would be awesome. Do a whole season of, excuse me, something about life on the Death Star.
Yeah.
You know, show us what it was like actually, like as a stormtrooper on the Death Star. You know, you could do it. You could have it filmed like reality style. You know,
and dedicate to give it the proper size. You know, scale. Dedicate one episode to one guy just traveling across the motherfucker.
Yeah. Because that shit is a fucking planet.
The second one was like what 96 kilometers across.
Yeah.
Just have somebody traveling across it. You could sort of do the.
You can make fucking. You can make 5 seasons out that shit. Just one guy trying to get across the Death Star.
You can film it like Fox. You know, you could have someone with a camera. Okay, my daily life here on the Death Star starts off at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm a pilot. And come on, I'll take you. You know, on the TIE fighter. I'll show you around. Come on, you know. I mean, you know, something like that. That would be awesome. You know.
That shit would be crazy.
An hour and 1,000 flights of stairs later, I can't do this shit no more, man.
I'm done. You see him fucking whistling for a fucking shuttle.
You could do Palpatine on the escalator like Robot Chicken.
Oh shit!
My lord, Stormtrooper. My lord, Stormtrooper. Go fuck yourself.
But I could see stormtroopers on it, you know, whispering into the camera something like, "Okay, guys, we got to be kind of quiet because we got butthole monsters, you know, on the Death Star too. They like to hang out in the trash compactors. So, guys, we're just going to avoid the trash compactors, okay?"
Yeah, right. Hell yeah. Oh, what would be cool too is, you know, like an episode where Vader was coming aboard the Death Star, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and he's like, you know, oh shit, you know, today Lord Vader arrives, and you know, he farts out of nervousness and shit, and you hear in the background he does a Swalwell. You know what I mean? You know, some shit like that, man. It would be cool. I think it would be cool.
Dude, that would be an awesome, like, fan film. Vader lands on the Death Star and he comes out, you know, of his shuttle. And when Vader walks by, someone sprays like ass spray behind him. And you see the stormtroopers just like, you know.
Oh, vomiting inside of their fucking helmet.
Yeah.
You should see mad vomit coming out their necks.
They really should like take a cue from that Cabin Rubio film that I tweeted the other day, The Troops.
Yeah,
it was a parody of Cops that he did in '97. The troopers on Tatooine. They basically did like a couple of hidden scenes in A New Hope. These troopers are like they blew up the Jawas sandcrawler, and they arrested 2 Jawas, and they blew them up, and then they dealt with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru screaming at each other because Luke had disappeared. You know, he's off at Ben's, and like, they start having like a domestic dispute in front of them, and they're like, she's got a thermal detonator. Oh shit, get away. And that's how they actually blew themselves up.
Yeah. And I gotta agree with what Jonathan says. Jonathan says Disney's going to keep making Star Wars content until they start, you know, turning a profit for the money they spent on Lucas. Definitely, but our whole thing here is go ahead, but do it right.
You see what they did?
But the thing is, I got a feeling it's going to come down to the point where they're going to have to sell it off.
Okay, look.
I love using this example. I'm going to go back to it. How many of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies have you seen? If you've seen them all, how many do you actually consider memorable, watchable?
The first 2. I saw all of them, but the first 2 were memorable.
How many are there? 5?
Yeah.
That's the Disney doctrine.
Yeah.
They just keep on going with the shit, and they, you know, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I've at this point with that series, I suspect a reboot, but man, that's the Disney doctrine, is just to go forward with you know, whatever you got in your hand at the time, and just fart out some film that'll make some money in the short term. They don't understand Star Wars fans. They never understood that going into Lucasfilm.
Yep.
One thing I'm actually looking forward to from Disney, though, like Jay and I talked about the other night, I'm actually looking forward to Frozen 2. I really am. I loved the first Frozen, man. I did. I loved it.
For what it is, it follows the Disney, formula for doing like a CGI. That is a Pixar movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it once, and I guess I didn't have any complaints about it. Although, when it comes to the game Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's a whole other conversation. But I was disappointed that it showed up in Kingdom Hearts 3 as like a deleted scene or something. They didn't do anything original with it, but that whole game was an advertisement for Disney movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mr. Pete says once something is owned by Disney, they never give it up. Absolutely right.
Well, the one thing I really want to see some innovation in that Disney owns, dude, I want to see something incredible happen with Tron.
I haven't seen the second movie. I need to.
It's pretty good.
I mean,
really did like the original too.
The second Tron that they came out with, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was. I'd give it like a B minus. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't bad, but it definitely was not like the first one. The first one it pushed boundaries like things had never been pushed before back in the day. I want to see a new Tron movie in something that we've never seen, something we've never experienced. I mean, I want to be absolutely
imagine Tron in 3D now in the movie theaters now. How fucking epic would that be?
They need to bring back. Oh wait, let me ask this: in the second film, does David Warner come back? No.
Yes.
Digitally, right?
Digitally?
They digitize him. Yeah.
Yeah.
They digitize him.
They bring him back like in the third film as like just a renewed bad guy. So I mean, he was totally screwed even by the Master Control program in the first film.
Yeah.
See him come back.
But the second one, like I said, it wasn't bad. I'm like I said, it's it was a B minus. It just wasn't. It felt rushed. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, it was beautiful to watch. I can say that much. I mean, it was extremely beautiful to watch. But whoever wrote the script, I think they threw it together, and they didn't take their time with it. I think it was something they rushed to put together. It could have been so much more than what it was. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but it could have been so much better at the same time.
Yeah. It definitely could have been better. But I mean, I liked it. I think the story was pretty good. I give it a B plus. The thing I just didn't like was the way Disney wasn't marketing it enough.
Hey, I'll be right back. If I go to jail, I'm about to go kick the guy's ass. He's back beating on my damn flag outside. I'll be right back.
Oh shit! Damn. Oh man. Well, guys, the Star Wars dad, he's a veteran. He served for the United States of America, and he has a flag, in front of his house, and he's got a neighbor who's a fucking communist and is fucking with him, so he's beating on his flagpole. Yeah, that's right.
He stated the guy is drunk when he does it, but I mean, no excuse,
No excuse, exactly. So John has been dealing with this shit, and basically, I think John is gonna fucking G.I. Joe his ass right now. So,
but
it's very unfortunate, but he will defend that flag. That's right. But let's talk about the Mandalorian for a minute here. Did you see the third one?
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes. I like the third.
We've got something here, Maze. We've got something here with this series.
Yeah, they've latched on.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going somewhere. The problem here is I don't want it. I don't want it like at towards the end of the season. Pick it up to the second season. You know, I
Mhm.
want it. I want it to just keep getting better and better. The way it's going. See, this has elevated itself. For me, it started with a 0, and then it went all the way up to I would say a 3 when I watched it for like the third time. Then episode 2 shot up to like a fucking 8. I was like, wow, that was pretty good. Then I went straight to like level fucking 10
Mhm.
with this third one. I was like, okay, we've got something here. So as long as they do it in this way for now with the Mandalorian, it's a possibility that we can have great movies and
Right.
great series. You know what I mean? As long as they follow the Star Wars formula. What do you think,
Right.
brother?
I think that's right on the money. I think that I would like to point out that a woman directed this action-packed episode, Deborah Chow, and as long as we like it, they're not
Yeah.
going to give her credit for it. These damn feminists.
Well,
So,
I tell you right now, if the feminists don't, that would be a big contradiction towards their movement. And at the same time, I just have to say, I will give Deborah Chow hands together, standing ovation. Keep pulling them out. Keep pulling them out, girl. That's right. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you have ovaries. I don't give a shit about that. What I give a
right.
shit is your work ethic. You know what I mean? Your creativity, you know, and your art, your craft. I want to see you perfect your craft, male or female or male, whatever order you want to put that in.
And that
The
was
whole,
some of the best damn action we've seen so far.
yeah, man, yeah, hell yeah,
He got out the disintegrator on some of their asses.
yeah. Oh man, did he disintegrate her, man? Fuck.
That's I love about this show, man. They finally are bringing to life what Lord Vader said when he said no disintegrations.
Yeah, no disintegrations. Yeah, because you couldn't get anything. You couldn't get a particle back from them motherfuckers. Not even an atom. You know, nothing.
Maybe some screwed up clothes.
Yeah, definitely. No, Jonathan, don't worry. We're not gonna give you any spoilers. No spoilers. You know, but I will say that this is a big thing that's happening here. But that's the thing, though. It's not gonna be a very good suture or a huge band-aid for what they've done with the movies. You know what I mean? You know, they have to fix that mess first. You know?
I think what that mess needs is to be wrapped up in a nice little bow with this last shitty movie, and then leave it alone for a while.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're pushing Kenobi to the TV end of things, because I didn't want that to go on and on. You know, like
Yeah.
the side movies. That shit needs to end.
Mm.
It needs to end, and then just give it a long break until shit at Lucasfilm is reorganized in a way that Disney knows is going to make money.
Mm. Mm.
You know, just don't continue the movies at all.
Yeah.
Until it's put back together the way it should be. I mean, the shit with Favreau and Filoni, it's a good start, but let's hope it's not the exception. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the shit that Kathleen Kennedy continues to approve continues to be cruel.
That's fucking retarded, man. I can't stand that fucking hoe. But Jonathan, I've got a little something for you, brother. You know how you can watch it for free without even bothering to go to your in-laws' house? Not saying that you have anything against them, but check it out. Go to putlocker.com. That's right, putlocker.com. And then what you do is you go into TV genre and go into sci-fi, and there you have it. You will see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Mandalorian. Putlocker.com. Go check it out, bro. For free. Free streaming. So it came out yesterday. It was there this afternoon about 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m. Around
Jonathan,
that time.
how much of it have you seen?
He says, he says, I didn't see it yet. He hasn't seen any of it yet. He's in for a treat.
Okay.
Oh,
dude, I'm going to stick a beer can up someone's ass, dude.
What happened?
dude, he's some communist motherfucker that lives next to me. He gets drunk and he comes over here with a bat every once in a while and tries to fucking tear down my fucking American flag and tells me how fucking un-American it is that I've got my damn flag up and shit. And
that's a dumb motherfucker. That's a dumb motherfucker. Yeah, that's a dumb motherfucker right off the back with that statement, because you're in America. How is it un-American to fucking fucking fly your American flag, you fucking dummy? Man, I'd love to smack the DNA off this motherfucker.
Dude, I just tripped him and threw him to the ground and said, dude, you come over here one more time, I'm literally taking that bat and putting it up your ass.
Yeah. Mr. Pete says after you fuck him up, take a crap on his lawn.
Yeah.
Did you disarm him, John? I would have just taken the damn bat from him if he
I
was
did.
on
I
your
took
lawn.
the damn bat, but the thing is, you know, I got to have a way to keep the guy from coming back over and over and over again. How long have I been dealing with this motherfucker? You know,
Electric fence, maybe.
Well,
I wish I could, but we got an HOA, so
you know what you do? You break his fucking
Those are
legs.
communist in nature too. HOAs.
You break his fucking legs, okay? You take his bat, right? You take his bat, you break his fucking legs. You want to hide it, you shove it up his ass, all right?
I mean, motherfucker calls me a communist because I served in the fucking military. Calls me a fucking baby killer and all this other fucking bullshit, you know, and shit. That shit just rolls down my back. I just look at him and laugh when I hear that shit, you know, because I mean, he's just a fucking moron. And what's so sad about it, the dude's wife is a fucking sweetheart, and you know, she just needs to fucking get out of there and move on somewhere else. But I think she feels fucking trapped.
He probably threatens that bitch. If you leave this house, I'll kick your ass, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jonathan's seen part of it.
What's that?
The Mandalorian. No,
Yes.
not you. The Jonathan in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
He was saying no spoilers, and we're trying to keep episode 3 clean here. But Mr. Pete also said no spoilers for the last episode. Okay, we will dance around that in non-spoiler fashion.
Okay, what I will say about episode 3 and what I'm hoping, because I'm not going to give any spoilers, but
it protruded your nipples, didn't it?
If you did see episode 2, you know there is a baby Yoda, okay? I will say that much. There's a baby Yoda. But what I'm hoping is that they hold true to George Lucas's vision, where we don't get to learn a lot of information about Yoda's species, because George Lucas said Yoda's species was supposed to be, you know, kept secret, because, you know, it was just one of those races we're just not supposed to know a lot about, and I hope we keep it that way.
Yeah. Ambiguous we are. Kiss my ass if you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but I think the next episode is gonna get thick, boy. It's gonna get thick, man. It's
funny thing is, if you don't want any spoilers on The Mandalorian and you haven't seen it at all yet, you're gonna be hard pressed not to see Baby Yoda somewhere on the internet.
Yeah,
he's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this much, you know, as soon as I see like a plush Baby Yoda, I'm buying it, because I'm a fan. I gotta say, I'm a fan. And I want a Baby Yoda. I mean, they've sold me on it. I want a Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I want one too, man. I want one too. It sort of looked like fucking Gizmo.
Yes.
Mogwai.
Mr. Pete, I'm going to respond to your very last comment. Only if George Lucas created it and stated this is what it was supposed to be. If George Lucas did the creating, I would say I want it too. But if these guys at Lucasfilm that think they know, like Pablo Hidalgo, are going to try and create it, then no, stay away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I like the fact that everything we've seen from Baby Yoda so far is practical effects. Yeah. It's not CGI.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's a puppet, but it looks real.
Yeah, in fact, I think the guys that did this Yoda puppet, I think they may have visited the set of the new Dark Crystal for some tips.
I think so, because it is done so well. And the Dark, you and I, we've talked, all three of us, about the Dark Crystal. I cannot brag enough about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's made beautifully, man.
Yeah, it was perfection. The only problem that series had was pacing, because it would get kind of slow. Yeah. But besides that, dude, it was a masterful, number one, storytelling. Two, all the attention to detail that went into that. I mean, not just what you were seeing right in front of you, but even in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, they paid so much attention to detail in that. I mean, it was just absolutely unbelievable.
It was, man. They did that shit up nice, man.
Mr. Pete, I think eventually some sort of name will be applied to it. I don't know what yet, but yeah, Hybrid, you really should take a Saturday and just binge watch the whole thing. It is a prequel that really explains things in a way that you never thought they were going to do. And
yeah,
all the connecting that they did was really carefully done. And in my opinion, there's plenty of room left for them to even tell more story, because the Great Conjunction hasn't happened yet. Like,
exactly.
I mean, yeah, they haven't cracked. Well, yeah, they did crack the crystal, but
yeah, they did. And but the thing is, the character development you see in 10 episodes is amazing. From beginning to the end of the show, you see these characters go through shit. You see them change. You see characters go through anguish and come out. And I mean, it's great storytelling. I mean, that's what it boils down to. It is great storytelling. I'm not going to ruin anything for anybody that hasn't seen it. You got to go see it for yourself.
I'll wrap this up with one thing. Last thing, and just say it tells the story of an entire civilization that you don't know anything about yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And you'll see how that civilization is broke down by I'll just spoil just a little bit by like different tribes, like what you would think of with the United States. People live in the South, people live in the North, people live in the West. That's kind of what you're going to get with this show. And I'll leave it at that, because if I go any further, I'm going to spoil it.
Yep.
Oh, you live in New York City.
But like Jay and I were talking the other night, there's a show on Netflix I think everybody needs to see how you can film something correctly and still have a few social issues in it, but have it done correctly. If I think everybody should see the Netflix show Raising Dion.
Haven't I seen that? I got to go back and look now.
It is phenomenal. It's about a little black boy that develops superpowers.
Yeah.
And the twist at the end will just absolutely blow you away. It's done right. It's not a mystery box that's just checked off to check it off, but it's done absolutely wonderfully. Plus, John Ritter's son is the big bad guy, and I love him. I really do. I love him as an actor, because he plays this nice guy all the time, and you've got to see the show, because I mean, it's got a few social issues in it, because like her sister's got a girlfriend and everything, but it's just part of the story. It's not shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
Have either of y'all seen the Netflix miniseries Love, Death, and Robots?
No.
Yeah. That's the one that has like a whole bunch of different different animations and stuff. Yeah, man, this just was crazy, man. The most creepiest one was the one where it was sort of like a spider, sort of like a species and shit, and it had him dreaming and thinking that it was something else, but in reality they were like somewhere in a cocoon in the middle of space and shit.
Oh yeah, the guy like a hyperspace accident. He gets like thrown out of the galaxy, and the alien there cares for him and tries to make him think he's
Yeah, I'm waiting for the second one of that, man. That shit is badass.
Love, Death, and Robots is it's like a 15-part series. They're all different stories and they're all different animations, and each one of them is unique. Sometimes it's cartoons, sometimes it's really good CG. That one with the woman that had to break her own arm off, that was more uncomfortable to watch than fucking what was that Sandra Bullock movie where she was in space and she was just floating around?
I hated that movie. Gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity. I hated that movie.
That shit gave everybody fucking agita. It gave everybody was dizzy, because that's basically all that shit was shot in like just spinning.
I hated that movie. It had no plot. The entire plot was her going out of her fucking mind. That was it.
That's retarded.
I mean, I literally hated that movie. It was a beautifully shot movie, but I hated it.
Yeah. Jonathan wants to know if anybody can break down the storyline of the sequel trilogy.
I can tell you what it was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about a guy, Kylo Ren. I don't know if that would have been his name. He was known as the Grave Robber. He was walking around finding different trinkets and ancient artifacts. He didn't have any official training through the Force that we knew of, and he was just kind of collecting all this dark side shit to learn about it. That included stuff that eventually helped to make the darksaber. And then you have Rey. She was just supposed to be just this clean slate that was supposed to go to Luke and train, and eventually the two of them would have gone on to fight Kylo and his master. And you know, there would have been a real flow to it, I think, if they had just followed just the simple plot that was laid out in the two Art of the Force Awakens and Art of the Last Jedi books. But they didn't do that. They had to insert all this bullshit into it. It didn't need to be there.
Well, technically, episodes 7, 8, and 9 were supposed to be nothing like what they are right now. George Lucas's vision wasn't even supposed to have any of this stuff. It was 7, 8, and 9 were supposed to be about the wills. And if you don't know what the wills are, it's kind of hard to actually tell you what the wills are. The best thing I can tell you is to rewatch the Clone Wars cartoon, where Yoda basically goes and visits the wills and learns about the dark side. And that's the best way I can tell you to learn about the wills, because trying to just tell you it's too damn complicated, because there's basically one will that turns into multiple wills.
It was also supposed to contain some exploration of the Force on the microbiotic level, which this is George Lucas we're talking about. He likes to do different environments in every film that he does. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know what his vision of it would have been just off the cuff. Yes, it sounds kind of stupid, but there might have been something to it that he had in mind that we just never got to see. We'll probably never know, because Bob Iger put that story treatment in a vault somewhere, because Lucas lost it when he signed his deal to sell Lucasfilm. Disney owns his version of the trilogy. They own the rights to it, so they can keep him from ever doing anything with it.
Pete, they were called the priests, but they were still part of the wills. Pete said, I thought those things were called the priests, not the wills, but they were a conjunction of the wills.
Rose Tico's one person, Pete, and there hasn't been a more pointless character since the pee in pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. Pointless beyond Rose Tico, Admiral Gender Studies.
Oh, God.
First Star Wars character ever.
Just fucking all of them.
I was thinking the other day how far back Laura Dern goes. Not even just Jurassic Park, but like, do you remember the movie Mask?
Yes.
She was in that. She was Rocky's love interest.
She was the blind girl, right?
She's been acting since she was a kid, man.
I feel bad for her because she really picked the bomb of a role.
Yeah. I mean, and what's sad, I love Laura Dern as an actress. I really do. I think she's talented. Just about everything she's ever done has been fantastic, especially Jurassic Park. You know, she's been absolutely amazing with just about everything she did, and especially that movie with her and what's his name um, the guy that was Ghost Rider,
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, the one where they were in Vegas and he was drinking himself to death.
Oh yeah, Snake Eyes.
But that was, dude, she was phenomenal in that, you know. But she just got a bad role with Return to Jedi, dude. And it's, dude, I seeing those clips of her too going pew pew pew. I'm like, no.
Yeah, when they put her in that role with the as Holdo, I just want to call her Hold My Beer. When they when they put her in a role as Holdo, everything about her character just made me hate that character more. Like the way she like grins with her head kind of tilted down.
Yeah.
You know, I just like, oh my God, does this have to go on through this whole movie?
Yeah.
She was one of those elements of The Last Jedi that I did not know about going into the film.
Well, you know, I didn't know shit about The Last Jedi going into it. I was one of those people. I hated, loathed The Force Awakens. I hated. I came out of that movie pissed off.
I can't stand that shit.
But I was like, okay, I'm going to give The Last Jedi a chance. I took my son. I was like, maybe they can redeem themselves, you know. And the first 15 minutes into that movie, I wanted to walk out.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
We're 4 weeks away from the final film, and as we know, a week to 2 weeks in advance, the shill media is going to get to go in and have their sneak preview. Yeah. Someone will break the NDA and tell us what happens in the movie. It's how it's happened the last 2 times. So pretty much in 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to know what happens. If you want to know. I mean, at this point, I'm assuming everybody that's here probably wants to know, just so you don't, you know whether or not to bother with it.
Well, I already know where it's going to go.
It airs here. So when it airs in Japan, we're going to know everything.
I already know where this is going to go. So it's like I said earlier, I'll just wait for the reviews coming from Japan and shit, because I think it's going to be dropped there first, you know, and because motherfuckers are going to actually fly out there to see him.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I know, right? It's like, shit. You're gonna fucking spend like close to $1,000 or $2,000 to fly to Japan just to watch a fucking film, and just to fucking. I mean, it's a great job, but that's ridiculous. It makes no fucking sense to me,
dude. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it just bombs in Japan, right? Because you know, if it bombs in Japan, China's just gonna laugh it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't think it would have made as much money as the other two, even if it was going to be good, because it's the third film in a 3-part trilogy. Right. I remember as a kid, there were people that were just not that on board with Return of the Jedi when it came out. They're just like, meh. You know. Did you ever hear that recount, though, of the, I think it was on the DVD extras of the original trilogy of the first airing of Star Wars in Japan, of A New Hope? They described the theater as deathly quiet at the very end. And they actually thought something was wrong. It actually turns out that's not it at all. The Japanese, when they're, at least back then, when they were extremely quiet at the end of a movie, that was a sign of the utmost appreciation and respect.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. So I tell you,
I guess the Rise of Skywalker at the end of it, there'd be noise. I don't know.
You know, a lot of people had problems and issues with Return of the Jedi. Dude, I loved it, because scenes in that movie, like when Luke Skywalker turns himself over to Vader, and that Imperial Guard, you know, hands Luke's lightsaber over to Vader, and Vader turns and looks at his lightsaber and says, I see you've constructed a new lightsaber. Indeed, you have become powerful. The Emperor has foreseen this. And he lights his lightsaber. I was like, oh, that's such a gripping moment. It's you're seeing the transition of Luke Skywalker from a measly farm boy. He's grown into the Jedi that he's supposed to be, And then when he gets aboard, the Death Star and he's fighting with Vader, he could have just whipped Vader's ass right then and there. He had him beat and he could have killed him. And then you see him restrain himself and toss his lightsaber. And he's like, no, I will not become like you. I will not turn to the dark side, and he was teetering right then and there. I was like, those were gripping moments. And that all came from George Lucas.
Yeah. And I believe Lucas probably borrowed it a little bit from the original Tolkien Lord of the Rings concept of Aragorn, worrying that he would turn bad like Isildur. Luke saw the potential for evil in himself and he defeated it. But social justice warriors want you to think, oh, well, Luke turned evil for a few seconds. So that means he's bad. So that makes him targeting his nephew to kill him. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in character. He's in character. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, like I've argued hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, if you're an EU fan like I am, like Maze is, and so many more of us, Luke was the most powerful Jedi of all time, according to George Lucas. That's George Lucas's words. That Luke Skywalker was the most powerful Jedi ever. And one of Luke's major force powers that he mastered, which was extreme, was Force Sever. And I've argued this over and over and over. He's a master of Force Sever. So if he feels there's darkness in Kylo Ren, all he had to do was walk over, touch him, and sever him from the Force altogether. And there would be no igniting a lightsaber over him, thinking about killing him. He just severed him from the Force,
Yep. But since these sons of bitches ain't do their homework.
Yep.
I can see a meeting where Kylo Ren's being created and, they've got that storyboard shit where Kylo's the grave robber, but, they're like, oh, what about this Darth Caedus, Jason Solo from, the EU? And I'm sure maybe Kennedy herself was like, well, maybe make him a little like that, but how about that guy from Twilight? Let's make him like that.
Yeah. We'll get people to come in, from the young demographic, we'll have a love story set up between the two of them and it'll just draw people in. We won't alienate the fans like this, because
that sounds great. A love story. What a great idea. What happened? It got shut down. But I have a feeling that we're gonna see Reylo. I have a feeling we're gonna see some shit, man. They're gonna kiss them. They're gonna kiss. I'm telling you.
I
don't really care for it. But I'm telling you, people are going to kill themselves after that.
There is ineffective a couple as Kylo Ren is an ineffective villain.
Yeah, no shit.
I see you constructed a new lightsaber. I see you constructed a new schlong.
Yeah. It's funny though because like the original Star Wars, A New Hope, Episode 4. Vader had like 9 minutes of screen time that entire movie, right? Mm-hmm. And when he was on screen, dude, he demanded your respect. He was like, I'm Vader. And I'm evil. I'm the big baddie. And there's no denying that I am evil as shit.
Don't gotta light my lightsaber. Don't gotta slash at control panels to get my point across.
Right.
And less was more with Vader. Vader said less. Vader never wasted words. Anything he said, it had impact. Anything Vader said. And if they wanted to make Kylo like his grandfather, then that would have been the way. Instead, they made him like his grandmother.
Yeah.
He's a whiner like Padme, kind of.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks big time, bro.
And keeping his grandfather's helmet around, how is that supposed to signify evil? I still don't understand.
You know, I don't think anyone understands his fascination with his grandfather. It makes no sense.
No, but
mean,
I understand fucking marketing 101, which is why they kept that there to pull the interest and the last fucking dollar, the dry dollar from us, the old school fans.
That was the only part of his grave robber original personality that made it into the film, actually.
dude,
And there was something dark about that pile of ashes or whatever that he left it laying in. I don't remember what it was. It was
Probably the rest of his body.
no, it was like people he had killed or some shit.
Dude, I when you go to Rebels and the first time that Ezra and Kanan face off against Vader, where there's the walkers there and everything, the scene where Kanan strikes at him first with the damn lightsaber, it shows how badass Vader was, because Vader parries his lightsaber and just reaches over and deactivates his damn lightsaber and throws him against the damn wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, that's Vader right there. And then Ezra, he just grabs Ezra with the Force and throws him up against the wall. And I so wish Vader would have completed what he was doing, because he was bringing his lightsaber all the way up to his neck. You know, I was like, yeah, kill that motherfucker. Kill Ezra. Kill him.
My son and I were cheering Vader on in that scene.
I was too. I was like, kill that son of a bitch. I mean, you want to talk about a character that I wish would have just perished a long time ago, man.
They showed that shot in the previews at Celebration 2015, and the entire chat room during that scene was like, go kill him. Yes, yes, yes. Going a mile a minute. They hated Ezra before the show ever even launched.
Yeah, but I mean, the greatest scene during that fight, though, was they blew the walkers, right? And the walkers came down, and Ezra and Kanan pushed the walkers on Vader, right? And Vader pushes up the damn walkers, right? And I remember Ezra saying, if that won't kill him, what will? And Kanan goes, not us.
Yeah.
And they jump up to get out of there. But I mean, that just goes to show how badass damn Vader was, man.
Yeah.
How dumb Kanan was.
Yeah.
Cal Kestis is a much better unfinished Padawan from the Order.
Yeah.
I got to say that. And I don't know if nobody in the chat wants to be spoiled on Fallen Order. If not, I'm not going to say anything. But gotta say,
the Fallen Order is a badass game. That's awesome, bro. I gotta get that shit.
Sooner or later, EA will put it on sale. You just give them time. And then one day it'll pop up. You're like, Fallen Order's $10.
Yeah, right.
It's $9.99. EA does that shit. They'll premiere their games at the full price, and then like a year later, something like that. There was one day that I think they gave away 2 of the damn what is that, Mass Effect games. That's how I own those.
Yeah, Mass Effect is a badass game.
Like the Spider-Man game for the PS4, it was out like 8 months before I got it, right? My wife picked it up for me 8 months later.
Yes, DJD played it every day.
And the game itself was phenomenal. But the downloadable content that you can buy after the game's over, it was even better than the game itself. I gotta say, it really was.
They added more shit to it.
Yeah. And it was better storyline, and you had better villains, in the downloadable content. It was $20 for the downloadable content, but it was 2 extra stories that went along with it that were, I think it was 80 hours long. I mean, it was great. And I gotta, dude, that's one of the best games I've ever played. It really is.
Spider-Man's a technological milestone. It has like the entire fucking map of Manhattan in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Go to the top of the Freedom Tower if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, it
was a big open world.
And it's accurate.
Yeah.
I would just, there were points where I just kind of fart around in, like Central Park or whatever. But I used to play that game while I was riding my exercise bike. Whenever I was swinging, I'd ride faster. Just subconsciously, I'd start hauling ass. The swinging is awesome.
But I got to say the story for that game was I love the story, you know, and it was heartbreaking that Aunt May at the end dies. You know, Peter has to make a decision to either save her or save all the people in New York, and she dies. You know, I was like, okay, someone did their homework and they wrote this really, really, really well. You know, I mean, it was pretty spot on.
I'm still stuck somewhere on that. And yes, Hybrid 95 PS2 actually had a game called Revenge of the Sith, which you could actually see some of the scenes in Revenge of the Sith, the movie, before the movie came out, because the game came out before the movie did. But there's that alternate ending at the end of that version of the game where Anakin basically he beats Obi-Wan. And yeah, you get the option of doing this after you beat the game the first time. Anakin beats Obi-Wan at the end. Anakin returns to Palpatine, and Palpatine's like, "Here's your new lightsaber. I'm very proud of." And Anakin just decapitates his ass and becomes Emperor, basically.
Wow.
No Padme, no Darth Vader suit. Alternate ending, alternate universe.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Dude, one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time, though, is Jedi Academy. That's one of my favorite ever, dude.
That's a pretty good game.
That's a really good.
That, and I still have Pod Racer on disc.
Pod Racer.
Know what? Star Wars: The Phantom Menace was the last time I actually saw a Star Wars movie with my parents. That was the last time they ever went to the theater to see one too. My dad's sitting there watching that movie, and as soon as the pod racing scene starts, he's like, "They're gonna make a goddamn video game out of this." I was like, "Yep."
Yeah.
Fun though. I mean, the game. I mean, it's still fun. I mean, it hasn't aged that well, but it's still fun. I mean, it really is.
That game was George Lucas thinking 3 steps ahead with the merchandising.
Yeah.
And we played the shit out of it, he and I.
Another good game was Republic Commando.
Yes.
That shit was dope. And damn, what was that other one, man?
Squadron 3D.
No. It was for PC. It was more like a strategy game.
I've got them all.
You had to build the farms and shit like that.
Galactic Battlegrounds.
There we go. That was the shit right there, man. I used to love that shit.
They actually just used the the Age of Empires game engine to make that. And I learned all the cheat codes to that one by heart. Now if I get pissed off, I can either type Tarkin or I type Simon Says, which spawns Simon the Killer Ewok.
Yeah.
Holy
I spawned
shit.
8 of those, and you can play the game on hard. It doesn't matter. They'll sit there and defend your base to the end of time.
Little Ewoks.
Destroy everything. Just.
You can also type in the cheat code, "That's no moon," but I don't like spawning the Death Star because they'll blow up your shit too if your shit's nearby.
That's crazy. That is nuts, man.
You're not prepared to do that. Now, and I like how the different factions had different abilities. They had different ships. Even the Wookiees, they had their own goofy-looking ships, and but they didn't have Jedi Masters. They had Jedi Knights.
Yeah.
The Old Republic, the Naboo, or you could spawn Jedi Knights with them.
Yeah, they had the holocrons and shit, and
yeah, that was one of the game mechanics where you could set how you want to win. One of the ways was collecting all the holocrons on the map.
Yeah.
Now, see, Maze and I, we both agree on this. Probably, in my opinion, the best Star Wars game ever put out, MMO wise, was Star Wars Galaxies. By far,
ahead of its time.
Yes.
That game had the whole in-game economy. Everybody supported each other. If you wanted to be a dancer or an entertainer, a moisture farmer, you could be one, and you would have a function in that game supporting the combat classes.
Yep.
Wow.
You could have your own house, your own land. Each planet was 9 kilometers by 9 kilometers of property, where you could lay down a house as long as anybody else didn't have one there.
That's awesome.
There were hero planets like Dathomir and Yavin you couldn't put houses on, but Corellia, that was all day.
Well, like I had, Maze and I had discussed, I had a ship that I couldn't even take the ship out by myself, man. It took a crew of, I would have to have like 30 players get aboard the ship with me to take it out and man the ship.
Wow. Wow.
And towards
it was awesome because you do space battles and you'd have individual players on individual guns, you know, and you'd have an individual player working the engineering section. You'd have an individual player that was the pilot. I mean, it was awesome. Everybody had to work together.
I still play it, John. I do. It's the Emu. There's SWG Emu, which is the old the game that we remember and love with the Jedi and the whole class system and the way to get to Jedi. But I also have SWG Legends, which that's the version of the game just before they shit canned it. The reason I play it is because it's got the superior version of jump to light speed.
Now, I've looked. I can't find Galaxies anywhere to be able to, play online. I can't find it.
It's on eBay, but we can talk about this after the stream's over.
Gotcha.
I get with you on how to set that up.
Yeah, and speaking of ending the stream, the stream's about to end and shit. Because I've got something I gotta run and do really fast, man. But everybody, man, it's been great. Tomorrow I'll be catching up with you guys 10 a.m. with a coffee and boxing for the boxing heads, So for the Mighty Mazerus and for John, the Star Wars dad, and myself, Jay Windu, God bless, stay vigilant. We love each and every one of y'all. Peace, man.
Good night, guys. And Jay, it looks like you need some sleep, man.
No, I'm high as fuck, but I got to run out and do something. I got to go drive somebody.
I got you.
All right. Yeah, guys.
Night.